Hello students. Now I'm going to talk on triacylglycerol. They are abbreviated as TAG. You can write it as TAG. They are the simple lipids, also referred to as triglycerides. Previously, they used to be called as triglyceride. Now also, most of them usually use triglycerides instead of triacylglycerols. They are also referred to as fats or neutral fats. They are the major storage and transport forms of fatty acid. Triacylglycerols, which are solid at room temperature, are called fats. And those which are liquid at room temperature are called oils. They are esters of fatty acid with glycerol. So you can see the diagram. This is the glycerol, which is having 3 fatty acids. This is how it is synthesized. There are 3 fatty acids. They react with glycerol, and you can see they react and form triglycerides. See, there are 1, 2, and 3 fatty acids. These 3 fatty acids combine together with glycerol in the ester linkage to form triacylglycerol or triglycerides. As the polar hydroxyl group of glycerol and the polar carboxyl groups of the fatty acid are bound by the ester linkage, triacylglycerols are non-polar, hydrophobic, and neutral, and that's why they are known as the neutral fats. The synthesis of triglycerides, first one fatty acid is bound, so that is known as the monoglyceride. Then second fatty acid is bound, that forms the diacylglycerol or diglycerides. And then finally the third fatty acid is found, and that's where the triacylglycerol or the triglycerides are formed. Triacylglycerol containing the same kind of fatty acid in all the 3 positions. All the 3 positions are known as simple triglyceride. For example, if all the 3 fatty acid are stearic acid, then it is known as tristerine, or if it is a palmitic acid, all the 3 are palmitic acid, then it is known as tripalmitin. Mixed triacylglycerols contain 2 or more different fatty acids. Usually, it is seen that the first fatty acid or on the carbon 1, it is usually a saturated, while on carbon 2 it is unsaturated. On the carbon 3 it can be either a saturated or a unsaturated to form a mixed triglycerides. Depending on their fatty acid composition, triacylglycerol is referred to as fats or oils. Fats, which are solid at room temperature, contain large proportion of saturated fatty acid. Oil is liquid at room temperature because of their relatively high unsaturated fatty acid content. Naturally occurring fats and oils are mixtures of triglycerides or triacylglycerol. They usually have a mixture. Hydrolysis of triacylglycerol. Triacylglycerols are hydrolyzed by lipase, which removes one fatty acid molecule at a time, producing first a diacylglycerol, then a monoacylglycerol, and finally glycerol and free fatty acids are formed. Triacylglycerols are hydrolyzed during starvation into glycerol and fatty acids, which are then oxidized to produce energy. This process is called lipolysis and occurs in adipose tissue. Functions of triacyl glycerols. They are precursors for complex lipids like glycerophospholipids. They are concentrated anhydrous forms of fats. Anhydrous means without water. Fats repel water, that is, they are anhydrous, hydrophobic form. They are the major form of dietary lipids and have high calorific value. It is around 9 calories per gram, and hence they are ideally suited for storage as they require less space. Suppose the equivalent amount of glycogen was stored, then glycogen is will absorb water, and which would be about 6 times more on the basis of weight in comparison to fats, and that's why fats are ideally suited for storage as they require less space because they are anhydrous forms. Storage fats serve as energy reserves and meet energy needs during periods of starvation. We can give an example like the hibernating animals, the snow bears in Greenland. They can use these stored fats as fuel for 6 months. Even the birds, the migratory birds like golden plover, they fly non-stop from some Alaska to the tip of southern South America, which is around 3,600 kilometers. So these birds fly over the open Pacific Ocean, and during this time they cannot feed. So they derive their energy from the stored fats. So you can see how this fat supply energy during such conditions. Next, we will see the test to check purity of fats and oils. Now, the fats and oil which are available in the market, they are adulterated. Means there is mixture of other substance in the oil, and to check whether there is adulteration in the fats and oil, there are some of the tests which are performed. Will assess the purity of these fats and oils. For example, the iodine number. This is one test. Here, the number of grams of iodine absorbed by 100 grams of fat is known as the iodine number. Here, it measures the degree of unsaturation of a fat. Which is directly proportional. The iodine number is directly proportional to the content of unsaturated fatty acids. So if there is a lower iodine number, it will suggest that it is having less degree of unsaturation. That means there is less unsaturated fatty acid in that oil. So for example, coconut oil, which is having less number of unsaturated fatty acid, so it is having a iodine number of only 7 to 10, while butter, which is having more than the coconut unsaturated double bonds than the coconut oil, so it is having more than iodine number than coconut oil. Further, olive oil is having a large number of unsaturated fatty acid, so iodine number is even more. Groundnut oil even has a good iodine number. Coconut oil, cottonseed oil also has a good number of unsaturated fatty acid. So that also will give a good number of iodine number. Similarly, in sunflower oil, it shows 125 to 135 iodine number. So suppose if oil is mixed, like sunflower oil is mixed with coconut oil or some other substance, this iodine number will show a lesser value. It will show less iodine number. So from that we can make out that this sunflower oil is adulterated. Okay. Then there is saponification number. This is another test which is known as saponification number. Here the number of milligram of potassium hydroxide required to saponify the 1 gram of fat, which tells you the saponification number. It is inversely proportional to the molecular weight of the fat. and values high, the saponification number values are higher for short chain fatty acids. Here for human fat, the saponification number is around 195 to 200. Butter it is 230 to 240. Coconut oil, it is 250 to 260. Another taste is the RM number or the Richard Missel number. Here the number of milliliter of 0.1 normal alkali is required to neutralize the volatile fatty acids distilled from 5 gram of fat. Here butter is around RM number is 20 to 25, while all other edible oil, it is less than 1. This number, the RM number, is a useful indicator of non-fat compounds in edible fats and is especially high in butter. Acid number, another taste. Here it is defined as the number of milligram of KOH required to neutralize the free fatty acid in 1 gram of a fat. It indicates the degree of rancidity of a fat. The edibility. Edibility means whether we can eat, use this fat, oil or fat or not. हम अगर उसको खा सकते हैं कि नहीं, ऐसे. Edibility of fat is inversely proportional to the acid number. Refined oil should not contain free fatty acid. The presence of free fatty acid in any oil indicates that it is not pure. Okay, so these were some of the tests which we can do to perform whether the fats and oils are adulterated or not. So that was about triacylglycerols and tests to see and taste to identify purity of fats and oils. Okay, so thank you, and do subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Okay, thank you so much.